give all day long. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on.
Hey you guys, if you don't know me, I am the Mickey J. I help people go from pain to peace so that they do not have to settle in life, love, and relationships. And if that's your thing, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll wait. No, I'm very patient. Just make sure that you subscribe because a lot of y'all have been watching my videos and not subscribing. Okay, now that you did it, now let's get into this video. In this video, it will be coming off of the topic I did last week. If you did not see that video, make sure you see that video before you see this one. But this video is about setting non-negotiables before you get into a relationship. And if I'm looking down at my other phone because I took notes because I want to make sure that you guys get all this information. I feel like setting non-negotiables can be applied to any relationship that you get into. The definition, I would say this is a list of things that you refuse to deal with. Therefore, there is no negotiating. I said this means there is no going back and forth. There's no arguing. This is the time that you close the chapter, and you close the book, and you move on. You really have to think about what type of person that you really want to be. Okay. So a lot of people say they have non-negotiables. They say, oh yeah, if this man cheat on me, I'm over with. Now, if you set that non-negotiable and you tell him, hey, if you cheat on me, that's done, it's over with. And then you go and take him back. Now you're questioning your decision as a person. Because you said that you wouldn't deal with that. But if you comes into my relationship, then you have to think about what you said, the rules that you set as a person. I'm not dealing with cheating. I don't deal with lies. What's another non-negotiable? I'm not dealing with a man that's not ambitious. Now, if you make those decisions and then go back on what you said, now the person is like, oh, dang, like, she said that she wasn't gonna put up with that. And she did. Let me see how much I can get away with. Or if I cheat this time and I cheat another time, well, she's more likely to forgive it because she did it before. I don't see what the issue is. But there is an issue with that because now you're starting to question your decisions as a woman because you're not following your word. Yeah, and what I said was if you set non-negotiables, there should be no wavering. There should not be going back and forth. And I understand that because I'm a Libra and we're very indecisive. But when it comes to me and how I'm treated and how I am loved, there is no negotiating with that. And I feel like with that happening, it's just opening people to be able to try you on your decisions because you don't have a standard foundation on what you are, how you are as a person, and how you operate and how you deal with people. You have to, I always had this saying of, you have to stand 10 toes down in your decision making. There is no wavering, there is no going back and forth, there is no talking about it. No. I told you what the non-negotiable was, and I shouldn't have to say it again. Once you say something, and once you put your foot down the first time, you shouldn't have to say anything else again. Speak about this personally. I can speak about this personally. I've been in a relationship where I was so in love with the person, and they were doing stuff to me, hurting my feelings left and right over and over again. But I was so in love with this person. I looked past everything that they were doing, stayed in relationships for years that I shouldn't have. Where it wasn't until I started putting myself first. I put these steps into fruition. I started to work on myself that I decided, you know what? If you do not do this, and it's not putting, what's the word? Like, it's not putting demands, you have to do this or not. But I feel like with me saying I need to be loved a certain way, it's coming out of a place of love. It's not saying if you don't do this, I'm gonna be mean and being nasty about it. I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about if I say I need to be with somebody that's ambitious, or I can't function in a relationship, because I dealt with that too, where I felt like because I had the better head on my shoulders, I felt like I had to lead in a relationship, and I didn't like that either. Like, I want to be in a relationship with a man that thinks logically, that can make his own decisions. And it be a partnership where not one person is doing all the work and I have to pull you back up. Nah, it shouldn't be like that for either party. Both of us should be working. And that's just the type of relationship I would want to be in. Other people have different relationships they would want to be in, but that's to whoever is making that decision. And then start being in relationships. Because I was able to work on myself, I started to get into relationships that were mutually beneficial. A relationship that I cared about the person just as much as they cared about me. There wasn't one-sided relationships. I'm only gonna give you the type of energy that you give me. If you're being dry on the phone, or I'm asking you about your day and you're not asking me about mine, I just think about not giving that energy. I'm not giving you no more energy because you don't deserve it. I just stop talking to you. Stop calling in on you to check to see if you okay. That's just me. That's just me. And I feel like with me being in friendships, I'm only gonna be in friendships with people that actually are in line with where I want to be in my life. And I feel like that should be the same type of mindset that you have with the relationships that you give. Like, if you keep on being in a relationship with takers, they do not have a limit on how much they can take, but you have a limit on how much you are a giver. Like, they don't have a limit, but you can't pour from an empty cup. That's where in a relationship where you in love with this person, you have a child, and then that person stops pouring into you. How are you going to pour into your children? How are you going to pour into that job? How are you going to pour into that business? You can't pour you can't pour from an empty cup. And I feel like, especially with me in this time of my life, there is a certain amount of effort that I'm gonna give to you. I'm a good ass friend, and I say that to myself all the time. I say this to my friends all the time. I'm a good friend, so I be a good friend to the people that deserve that energy from me. But if I'm not having no relationships in my life that's giving me that love and care, I keep that energy for myself. I love on myself before I give my energy to somebody that don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're talking about with these non-negotiables. Like, I'm not going to give energy to somebody that does not deserve it. I'm not going to give energy, and that comes with arguments too. Like, I'm not gonna, before, Michaela used to be a hothead. Like, somebody can say something to me and quickly get me out of character. But now, as a person that is growing and being the best version of myself, you can't get that type of energy out of me. You can't get me to want to fight somebody. I'm not that type of person. I'll walk away from a situation before I let you get me mad and arguing and want to be mean and hit underneath the belt. I'm not doing that. Like, I know how I am as a person. I don't fight. Like, I can't do that. I'm gonna walk away from the situation. But don't play me like you can walk all over me or stuff like that. You're not gonna get that out of me. Like, you're not about to be just talking to me crazy or doing all that other stuff, because I will walk away from you and be like, you have a good day. Like, it's just that grown woman energy. You know what I'm saying? That grown woman energy. Forget that. Let that be like them little girls. Play with them little girls like that. Don't play with me like that. And I'm sorry if I'm jumping around. I just feel it in my spirit of being able to deliver this message. Like, You just gotta be you unapologetically, and setting boundaries. Like, I want to do a video on setting boundaries with people, and I just don't want to go into it too deep because I'm already feeling it. Like, I done got off the notes and everything, but the whole message of this series is to love yourself unapologetically, protect your energy, and not give yourself to so many people that don't deserve you. If you know this person gonna lie to you, this person gonna cheat on you, this person gonna do you wrong, just get them out. You know what I'm saying? It's so much growth that can happen with you sitting in the house by yourself. Like, I just had a recent experience where I was around somebody that I love. I care for that person, but they was bringing different stuff out of me. Like, they was the one person that can get me out my emotions. I mean, get me in my emotions. That's gonna start yelling. That's gonna argue. That's that one person. I love them dearly, but I don't like the person I become when I am in that relationship. I don't like feeling insecure. I'm not insecure. But when I was around that person that brought it out of me, you gotta pay attention how stuff affects you. And I feel like I'm going off the topic, so I'm gonna go back to my notes. So like I was saying, the list can vary person to person. No one's list is going to look exactly the same. But this list is to tell you what you're actually supposed to do. There's no room for error. There's no room for emotions. Like I was telling you before, you are a person. You are a person with emotions. But if you let your emotions run the boat, if you let your emotions literally drive the boat for you, then you will be put into situations that are going to hurt you. You're going to act out of character. People are going to look at you crazy. You don't want that for yourself. So you should be in control with your emotions. Nobody should just be able to get you while you, like, no one should be able to rile you up if you do not choose it. Like, please do not wake up and choose violence this morning. Like, I don't know. Yes, with women, like us as women, we make a lot of decisions with our heart instead of our mind. And it's time to think logically instead of how I feel all the time. Because our head is supposed to be there to guard our heart, so that we don't give it to anybody. And when we feel safe and secure and this person is doing everything that they're supposed to be doing, that's when you let that emotional side come out. When it comes to you raising your children, or things that kind of have to do with family, that's where you let your emotion out. Be like, oh yeah, I can empathize, I can love, I can, like, cause this person is nurturing me. Like, you know, we supposed to be the nurturers, but a man that's doing what he's supposed to do really can get that feminine, that loving side, that empathetic side, that loving, understanding side of you. And a lot of, like, this conversation of why are you not feminine all the time, and it's like a certain type of person that can get that side of me. And I don't want to continue to get hurt by people. And I feel like that's the stigma that we have with Black women of, oh yeah, you're supposed to be feminine all the time. Or if you're masculine all the time, you're not going to find nobody. And I feel like it's not out of being mean or having a nasty attitude like they try to make it seem like. I think it's more of a defense mechanism. I'm like, even with me, I'm learning to be feminine and still hold my ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning to be feminine and do that. And it's a journey for me. Everybody not gonna have it all together. Like, I don't want you to feel like you have to have everything together. This is a work in progress. Okay, so not setting non-negotiables before you get into a relationship can lead to a lot of back and forth between you guys, and recognizing the red flags before you get into the relationship. Recognizing the red flags before you get into the relationship, before you put all your time and energy into that person, can save you a lot of time and heartbreak. And it helps you to weed out all the bad apples. If you see that this person gonna be a liar, or you see that they not trying to do nothing with their career, or they not trying to develop themselves mentally, you already know. Like, I can read a person in the first couple of days whether I can see whether we gonna be potential or not. And that's where I be like, oh, okay, you doing that? Okay, let me move these people out the way, because they not aligning where I'm supposed to be at. For me, when I got out of the relationship, I decided that I'm gonna be a different person. That stuff is not gonna affect me no more. I'm gonna change how I'm gonna interact with people. I'm gonna change how I love with people. I'm gonna change who I do that with. And I decided I was gonna get a notebook. I was going to write down everything I need to do, like the non-negotiables, the boundaries that I'm going to set, the different things that I need to work on as a person. And then when I decide to date again, or decide to let somebody into my life, I am peaceful without having somebody there. I am peaceful with paying my own bills, doing whatever I need to do, putting food in my grocery store, putting gas in the car, whatever I need to do, I'ma do it. And when I do get, and with me being comfortable with having that, I'm more cautious of the people that I do bring into my life. So if you are brought into my life, cherish it, because I don't let everybody get that far. It's for like people that let people into their house. I feel like you have to be a certain type of person for me to let you into my home, because my home has become my sanctuary. My home has become my peace for me. So if I let you into that and you start disturbing it, oh no, you got to go. And it opens you up to be able to move stuff out the way and be able to detach. I want to do a video on the art of detachment, because I feel like me, I was a very emotional person, and with me learning the art of detachment, it was just really a good skill to have, so that you do not grow attached to just anybody. That's how you be having sex with the wrong people. That's how you get into relationships that you're not supposed to be in. That's where you get into toxic friendships. You mess with family members that's not there for you, that really don't have your best, they don't really have your best interests at heart. With this video, I know it was kind of all over the place, but I hope that you really got the message, and that it can really help you in your personal life and what you want to do in the future. And make sure you guys like and subscribe to the video. We're on a road to 1K, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.